Rolex might dominate conversations about luxury watches, but Tissot has quietly built a legacy that deserves just as much respect, especially for those who value craftsmanship without the luxury markup. With over a century of Swiss watchmaking expertise, Tissot blends timeless design, reliable mechanics, and accessible pricing in a way that few brands can match. In 2025, Tissot is producing some of its finest work yet. From automatic dress watches with vintage charm to bold sport models inspired by racing heritage, these timepieces offer the same refinement and precision that define far more expensive brands. Whether you're after elegance, durability, or everyday sophistication, Tissot delivers it all at a fraction of the cost. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 Tissot watches that rival Rolex without the price tag. These are the watches that combine Swiss excellence, standout design, and real-world value, proving that luxury doesn't always have to mean expensive. Number 10. Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80. The Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80 plunges into 2025 as a Swiss-made dive dynamo. Its 43mm stainless steel hull, 12.9mm thick, with a 48.8mm lug-to-lug, span-propelled by the Powermatic 80 automatic caliber, a 25-jewel ETA 28242 evolution at 21,600 VPH for an astonishing 80-hour power reserve, hacking seconds, and hand-winding prowess, all at $595, torpedoing Rolex's Submariner's $9,000 Oceanic Odyssey with unyielding utility and value-driven verve. This aquatic icon boasts a unidirectional 120-click ceramic bezel etched for elapsed time mastery, its sapphire insert shrugging off scratches, while luminous indices and sword hands blaze with superluminova, outshining Rolex's Chromolite for abyssal legibility during midnight descents or dawn patrols. Water-sealed to 300 meters via a screw-down crown at 4 o'clock nestled in protective shoulders and a helium escape valve, it defies pressurized perils from reef scrapes to rogue waves, its sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating ensuring crystalline clarity amid the murk. The Oyster-style bracelet, complete with a diver's extension clasp for wetsuit synergy, balances at 200 grams for buoyant all-day dominion, its 22mm lugs inviting NATO or rubber swaps for tactical versatility that the Submariner's rigid Oyster envies. The Powermatic 80's Nevacron balance spring repels magnetism to 4800 AM, delivering +10 parts unit 30 seconds daily accuracy that rivals chronometer kin, while a magnified date at 3 o'clock parses calendars with practical precision, evoking a stealthy sentinel where every facet whispers utilitarian elegance over ostentatious opulence. Number 9. Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium. The Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium strides into 2025 as a sartorial sentinel, its 40mm stainless steel bastion 11.6mm sleek 47. 4 meters lug-to-lug housing, the Powermatic 80 Silicium Automatic, a 25-jewel ETA 28242 refinement at 21,600 VPH with hacking, hand-winding, and 80-hour reserves, priced at $775 to outflank Rolex's Oyster Perpetual's $6,000 perpetual poise with Swiss sophistication and silicon supremacy. The blue sunray dial blooms like midday skies, its applied indices and Dauphine hands, superluminova sharpened for shadowless sight framing a date at 3 o'clock beneath sapphire AR veil, while the fixed bezels mirror polish and screw-down crown cleave 100-meter cleanness for sartorial sojourns or spirited sprints, evoking the Perpetual's understated allure, sans fiscal freight. At 164 grams on its Oyster-style bracelet with butterfly clasp and quick-release pins, it drapes delicately, the multifaceted case's hairline hollows and glossy grooves incising light like lapidary lore, 20mm lugs licensing leather, or Milanese for motif modulation that transitions from cufflinks to cargo with feline finesse. The Silicium hairspring, resistant to temperature and magnetism to 4800 AM, meters +10 +2 to 30 seconds amid metropolitan melee, a cerulean canvas where rays radiate radially like raven realms, the Nevacron balance spring exalting eternally like gilded guardians. Priced at $775, it outcarves the Perpetual at textural treasury, with tastemakers tracing its baby Rolex allure and geometric gleam that geometrizes gazes, a nocturnal nebula where facets flicker like fireflies in velvet void. Number 8. Tissot Locle Powermatic 80. The Tissot Locle Powermatic 80 enchants 2025 as a luminous libation of legacy. Its 39.3mm stainless steel chalice, 9.75mm thick, 46. 3mm lug-to-lug housing, the Powermatic 80 Automatic, a 25-jewel ETA 28242 gem at 21,600 VPH with hacking, hand winding, and 80-hour reserves, priced at $775 to outshine Rolex's Cellini's $15,000 cocktail hour charm with effervescent economy and Swiss subtlety. The white dial, layered like a Clou de Paris martini, shimmers under sapphire crystal, its Dauphine hands and Roman indices superluminova gilded rivaling Rolex's lume for nocturnal nuance. Now, while a subtle date at 3 o'clock magnifies practicality beneath a dress watch facade, evoking the Cellini's classical cues sans precious metal premiums. Water-resistant to 30 meters via a screw-down see-through back, it thrives in speakeasies overseas, its leather strap or optional mesh, 20mm lugs, draping at 130 grams for evening elegance that Cellini's gold heft can't match in weight or wallet. The Powermatic 80's Nevacron balance spring, anti-magnetic to 4800 AM, endures urban escapades with +10 bouginadre 30 seconds accuracy, its guilloche dial evoking Clou de Paris under candlelight, a nod to Tissot's 1853 Locle heritage, refined in 2003's anniversary ascent. Priced at $775, it undercuts the Cellini while surpassing in dial depth and power reserve, with aficionados toasting its cult classic status for weaving Swiss whimsy into wearable art, the white sheen refracting like gin through ice. The case's polished flanks catch flickers, pairing with the strap's supple texture for tactile poetry, while Diashock shielding sustains salon serenity. In 2025's cocktail circuit, the Locle Powermatic 80 mixes heritage with hedonism, outshining Rolex's moonlit minimalism with vibrant versatility and value. This Locle potion proves affordability amplifies allure, a radiant elixir distilling splendor into every sip, where luxury fizzes in the frugal finesse of Swiss joie de vivre. Number 7. Tissot Carson Premium Automatic. The Tissot Carson Premium Automatic glides into 2025 as a verdant vanguard of versatility, its 40mm stainless steel Spire 10. 3mm tall, 46mm lug-to-lug, summiting with the Powermatic 80 Automatic's 25-jewel summit at 21,600 VPH for 80-hour reserves and hack wind prowess at 595, cresting collectors' crags with Carson charisma that scales Rolex's Datejust's $7,500 escarpment in elevated economy. The black dial unfurls like obsidian meadows, its applied indices and Dauphine hands superluminova laden for crepuscular clarity encircling a magnified date at 3 o'clock, while the fixed bezel yields to sapphire AR dome and screw-down crown for 50-meter monsoon mastery, evoking the Datejust's dress diver duality sans fluted fuss. At 150 grams on its oyster-style bracelet with deployant clasp, it perches precisely, the angular case's brushed ridges and polished planes mimicking mountain facets, 20mm lugs laddering onto leather or NATO for peak pursuits or Pathfinder patrols that outclimb Rolex's oyster ostentation. The Powermatic 80's Nevacron balance spring, Diashock dampened, conquers +use 10 for 130 seconds amid altitudinal adversities, a ebony expanse where rays radiate radially like dawn over dawns, the guilloche center gleaming guardians in shadowed veils. Priced at $595, it outclimbs the Datejust at heritage heft, with sophisticates hailing it strap beast status and cathedral glow that illuminates itineraries, a Sylvan symphony where facets exalt eternally. The angular architecture, etching elevations eternally, weds the bracelet's bevels for ascent assurance, while anti-magnetic armor to 4,800 AM averts auroral anomalies, invoking Tissot's 1853 Laurel legacy. In 2025's high-altitude horology, the Carson Premium Automatic peaks paramount, where fortitude forges fellowship in foliaged finesse, hoisting highbrows to horizon's hymn that humbles Rolex's hallowed heights. This Carson anthem amplifies Tissot's summit, a crested conqueror distilling daring do into dawn-lit durability, where luxury lodges in lofty legacy of layered lore. Number 6. Tissot PRX Quartz 40mm. The Tissot PRX Quartz 40mm ignites 2025's travel watch trove as a globe-trotting grail under $375. Its 40mm stainless steel cockpit 10.4 mm thick, 44.6 meter lug-to-lug harnessing the ETA F06.115 quartz for atomic sync and perpetual calendar precision at $375. Charting courses that eclipse Rolex's Oyster Perpetual's $6,000 itinerary in quartz affordability. The blue dial blazes like equatorial sunsets, its applied markers and luminous hands, superluminova, charged for midnight meridians encircling a date at 3 o'clock, while the fixed bezel mimics bakelite gloss for day-night discernment, sealed by a screw-down crown at 3 o'clock for 100-meter resilience against jet-lag deluges. Weighing 135 grams on its integrated bracelet with butterfly clasp, it hugs wrists with ergonomic empathy. The asymmetrical guards and brushed polished case evoking instrument panels, 20mm lugs luring leather for layovers, or NATO for nomads that navigate Rolex's oyster burdens. The quartz caliber's plus at 15 seconds monthly accuracy, shock-protected, conquers chronal chaos, its sunburst texture radiating cosmic depth like auroras, a nod to Tissot's 1978 PRX Genesis, revived in 2021's retro renaissance. Priced at $375, it eclipses the Perpetual in sensor supremacy and slimness, with pilots praising its endgame affordability and thermal stability that thwarts altitude anomalies, a fiery canvas where blue hues herald horizons. The vibrant patina, echoing adventure's ardor, pairs with the bracelet's texture for tactile traversal, while vibration proofing ensures equatorial equanimity. In 2025's itinerary of itinerants, the PRX Quartz 40mm charts unmatched courses, where utility unfurls as artistry in quartz ascent, arming wayfarers with wristbound wanderlust that wings past Rolex's winged weights. This PRX gem gilds Tissot's saga, a solar-flared sentinel distilling discovery into every degree, where luxury's latitude lies in lean engineering. Number 5. Tissot Supersport Chronograph. The Tissot Supersport Chronograph surges into 2025 as the amphibious almanac for coastal commandos. Its 45.5 meters stainless steel hull, 16.5 meters thick with bidirectional bezel propelling an ETA G10.2212 quartz chronograph that toggles 1/10-second splits, 30-minute counters, and add split functions at $475, navigating Rolex's Daytona's $14,000 lap with tactical thrift. The black dial's textured terrain anchors luminous indices and sword hands in superluminova luminescence for abyssal audits, encircling a date at 6 o'clock per ISO edicts, while the fixed tachymeter bezel chronicles speeds to 400 km/h with pip precision, buttressed by screw-down crown and sapphire crystal for 100-meter dominion against abyssal assaults. Clocking 220 grams on its silicone strap with dive clasp or optional bracelet, it contours comfortably, the tonneau case's brushed bulk and polished bevels evoking terrapin tenacity, oversized 22-meter lugs lapping up rubber or canvas for reef romps or river rambles that eclipse the Daytona's chronal clout. The Quartz Heart's EOL indicator and central 60-second hand ensure reliability amid maelstroms, its Diashock mastery conquering jolts for steadfast serenity, a black hole horizon where markers merge mysteriously in midnight murk. The bezels fade to fathomless fusing with the strap's supple shade for amphibious affinity. Priced at $475, it torpedoes the Daytona at thrift, with racers acclaiming its strap sovereignty and ergonomic embrace that outwears Rolex at ounces, a abyssal abyss where ebony undulates eternally. The curvaceous cradle, hugging hulls like oceanic odes, mates with the strap's emboss for tactile traversal, while helium vents herald hyperbaric heroism, tracing Tissot's 1853 rugby-rooted genesis. Number 4. Tissot Chemin de Tourelles Powermatic 80. The Tissot Chemin de Tourelles Powermatic 80 etches 2025's elegance with angular audacity, its 39mm stainless steel scalpel 10. 9mm keen, 47mm span honed by the Powermatic 80 Automatic's 25-jewel incision at 21,600 VPH for 80-hour autonomy and hack wind acuity at 775 df, carving connoisseurs' cannons with retro-futurist flair that bisects Rolex's Datejusts $7,500 tag from budgetary brilliance in sculpted subtlety. The blue sunray dial facets like hemp leaf fractals, its sword-edged hands and indices superluminova sharpened for shadowless sight framing a date at 3 o'clock beneath sapphire AR veil, while the fixed bezels mirror polish and screw-down crown cleave 50-meter cleanness for sartorial sojourns or spirited sprints, evoking the Datejust's classical cues sans fluted avarice. At 150 grams on its leather strap or bracelet with push-button clasp, it slices slenderly, the multifaceted case's hairline hollows and glossy grooves incising light like lapidary lore, 20mm lugs licensing leather or Milanese for motif modulation. Launching Tissot's dress saga with Zaratsu precision planes echoing Grand Seiko Sans GS gilt. This Chemin de Tourelles refines Powermatic prowess, its Nevacron balanced spring metering plus 10's pleasant 30 seconds amid metropolitan melee, a cerulean cleave where patterns prismatically proliferate. Priced at $775, it outcarves the Datejust at textural treasury, with tastemakers tracing its dial fetish allure and geometric gleam that geometrizes gazes, a azure arabesque where edges exalt eternally, complemented by the bracelet's bevels. Number 3. Tissot Ballade Powermatic 80 COSC. The Tissot Ballade Powermatic 80 COSC ascends 2025's apex as a verdant vanguard of verticality. Its 39mm stainless steel spire 9.9mm tall, 46. 3mm lug-to-lug summiting with the Powermatic 80 COSC Automatic's 25-jewel summit at 21,600 VPH for 80-hour reserves and hack wind heraldry at 925, cresting collector's crags with Ballade brilliance that scales Rolex's Explorer's $7,000 escarpment in elevated economy. The silver dial unfurls like alpine meadows, its applied indices and Dauphine hands superluminova laden for crepuscular clarity encircling a magnified date at 3 o'clock, while the fixed bezel yields to sapphire AR dome and screw-down crown for 50-meter monsoon mastery, evoking the explorer's rugged refinement sans oyster ostentation. At 140 grams on its multi-link bracelet with butterfly clasp, it perches precisely, the angular case's brushed ridges and polished planes mimicking mountain facets, 20mm lugs laddering onto leather or NATO for peak pursuits, or Pathfinder patrols that outclimb Rolex's utilitarian uniformity. The COSC-certified Powermatic 80's Nevacron balance spring, Diashock dampened, conquers 4+6 seconds daily amid altitudinal adversities, a silver expanse where rays radiate radially like dawn over dawns, the guilloche center gleaming guardians in shadowed veils. Priced at $925, it outclimbs the Explorer at heritage heft, with mountaineers hailing its strap beast status and cathedral glow that illuminates itineraries, a sylvan symphony where facets exalt eternally. The angular architecture, etching elevations eternally, weds the bracelet's bevels for ascent assurance, while anti-magnetic armor to 4,800 AM averts auroral anomalies, invoking Tissot's 1994 Ballade legacy. Number 2. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 Forged Carbon. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 Forged Carbon vaults 2025's vanguard as the solar sentinel for savage sojourns, its 40.5mm forged carbon fortress, 11.2mm thick, at 74 grams, harnessing the Powermatic 80 Silicium Automatic for multi-band precision and chronometer-grade accuracy at $119.50, eclipsing Rolex's Yachtmaster's $12,000 Skyline in lightweight luxury. The ice blue dial's marbled carbon expanse anchors luminous indices and sword hands in superluminova luminescence for abyssal audits, encircling a date at 3 o'clock beneath flat sapphire crystal, while the fixed bezel's composite cunning chronicles currents with pip precision, buttressed by screw-down crown and anti-reflective AR for a 100-meter dominion against abyssal assaults. Clocking a featherlight 74 grams on its rubber strap with deployant clasp, it contours comfortably, the tonneau case's brushed bulk and polished bevels evoking terrapin tenacity and aerospace-grade armor, 20mm lugs lapping up canvas or leather for reef romps or river rambles that outpace the Yachtmaster's precious metal heft. The silicium hairsprings thermal stability and magnetism resistance to 4,800 AM ensure 4+6 seconds daily defiance amid maelstroms, its Diashock mastery conquering jolts for steadfast serenity, a carbon-veined horizon where markers merge mysteriously in midnight murk, the bezels fade to fathomless fusing with the strap's supple shade for amphibious affinity. Priced at $119.50, it torpedoes the Yachtmaster at thrift, with adventurers acclaiming its ghostly glide and ergonomic embrace that outwears Rolex at ounces, a abyssal abyss where ebony undulates eternally. The curvaceous cradle, hugging hulls like oceanic odes, mates with the strap's emboss for tactile traversal, while helium vents herald hyperbaric heroism, tracing Tissot's 1978 PRX Genesis. Number 1. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 35mm. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 35mm crowns 2025's visionary vault as the compact conqueror of contours, its 35mm stainless steel shrine 10.9mm sleek, 42. 80-meter lug-to-lug housing, the Powermatic 80 Automatic, a 25-jewel hybrid at +10 30 seconds monthly accuracy with a 80-hour reserve, priced at $695 to challenge Rolex's Oyster Perpetual 36's $6,000 Dynasty in petite precision and luminous allure. The ice blue textured dial blooms like ukiyo-e nebulae, its faceted indices doubled at 12 for legended legibility and broad hands, superluminova illuminated for vespertine vision, orbiting a date at 3 o'clock under sapphire AR canopy, while the fixed bezel's Zaratsu zeal and screw-down crown command 100-meter court for ceremonial circuits or covert councils. At 120 grams on its integrated bracelet with butterfly clasp, it bestows buoyancy, The angular cases mirror like hairline heraldry and faceted lugs evoking Edo-era edicts, 18mm lugs laureling onto alligator for galas or Milanese for murmurs that moonwalk past Rolex's oyster opulence. Reviving PRX's retro crusade slimmer than perpetual kin with in-house intimacy. This 35mm apex is the Powermatic revival, its Nivacron defended movement mandating accuracy amid magnetic marauders, a cosmic canopy where rays ripple radially like royal robes, the tapisserie pattern charging eternally from auroral gleams. Priced at $695, it eclipses the perpetual at opulent ordnance, with royals revering its heirloom air poise and dial depth that dazens dynasties, a plum-purple palace where textures tantalize timelessly, complemented by the bracelet's brushed bonds.